Alright, we're gonna go back to New Game Plus now that Raid is done. It's only 9 p.m. The night is young. New Game Plus, resume. Now, we learned that the Nath, little bug people, summoned their gods. AKA a primal. Primals are bad. So we're going to the good Nath, who don't like that this primal's been summoned, and, warn him what's up. Saying, hey yo, tell me about your god. We are Vath. We are the non-mind. We do not hear the one mind's thoughts. We cannot predict their will. Put this idea from your minds, generous hunters. If you meet with our god, then he will have your souls. Surely you are not so generous as that. You wish to meet our god? Offer yourself as a sacrifice, and you will soon be brought before him. We would mourn the loss of such generous hunters, however. You are generous hunters, yes? Many gifts you have brought, but not enough for all Vath to enjoy. Maybe you could bring just one more? We are very fond of Nanka flesh. Yes, the meat of young Nanka would make a fine repaste. This bitch is like, you brought us Nanka flesh, but not enough. I'm a greedy bitch. Go get one more. We're gonna go get one more.
What? No!
Hey. Thank you very much, Benji. Hope that your stream was good. I know it was just raid. But still, that was kind of fun. 3B kind of a fun fight. We Vath do enjoy our Nanka flesh. Have you been out hunting yet? Another gift for the Vath? So unexpected. Yes. You will have more of your words, you strange hunters hunger for. Listen now. The senses of the one mind are enmeshed by the overmind. What one sees, all see. What one feels, all feel. Alert a single Nath and the whole hive is alerted. To reach our god undetected is all but impossible. Oh, dude, full chaos strats are our jam. Like, we just make it up, and then we never change it. The Vath are wont to allude to certain concepts without explanation, but I believe I'm beginning to grasp a few fundamentals. From what I understand, the king-like overmind sits at the center of the Nath society, and its presence somehow allows its subjects to communicate without need of word or gesture. Those Nath, the ones who inhabit the larger hive, are known as the One Mind, and it was by their combined will that the primal was summoned. Those who reside in the smaller hive, however, are the Vath, or the non-mind. For reasons that yet escape me, seem to have been excluded from the telepathic bond which connects their Nath counterparts. Thus are the Vath ignorant of the One Mind's thoughts and intentions, and the nature of their own god. In summary, we have wasted our time. Not so. Perilous though it may be, the Vath did furnish us with one certain method of approaching the primal, as sacrifices. Should we allow ourselves to be captured in the environs of the colony, the Nath will bring us before their deity and make an offering of our souls. E12S had enough, scripted stuff where we really couldn't go full chaos. Like, you had to do it one way or you're fucked. These ones are, like, wishy-washy, where we could just, wibbly-wobbly make it up. Forgive me, but let us be clear about what it is that you propose. You mean to say that you would deliberately provoke the Nath, surrender yourselves into what might generously be termed their custody, and then wait until the god arrives to claim your soul? I will. That fairly well describes my plan. You will join me in this endeavor, will you not, Kinliana? Judging by the great risks you took to prevent the summoning of Saint Shiva, you are not a woman to err on the side of caution. Would that I could fight at your side, Warrior of Light. But the power of the dragon is no protection against primal influence. Forgive me, but I must remain here with Master Alphino. Then it's settled, Kinliana. You and I shall challenge the guard at the entrance to the colony. Once the hive is roused, we shall feign a brief show of resistance, and then allow them to take us prisoner. Justinian, I bet you could resist primal influence if you tried. Just haven't really put your heart in it, you know? You're kind of a badass. You just don't know yet, and you won't know until, like, at least 3 expansions from now, really. That's why you're best boy number 3. Oh, and we're going to meet best boy number 4 at the end of Heavensward. It's going to be a hot minute. Benji loves best boy number 4. Ooh, an A rank! I would love to kill this random A rank. Let's fucking go. Made the roads a little bit safer for them little sprouts wandering around. A faded copy of Painted Foothills. I might not actually have that one. Interesting. Interesting. Alright, after that little break. Hello there. Intruders, your lives are forfeit. I see, thank you. Very forfeit. Yep. Look how forfeit. He did it. The Overmind must now be aware of our intrusion. Let us press on into the hive and ensure that we have our host's undivided attention. Respecting your walls very much. Navigating this area at level sucked. So many nath everywhere. That should be sufficient. If we did not have our host's full attention before, we most surely have it now. Our audience with the Primal may be granted soon after our capture. Pray advise me once you have steeled your mind for the battle to come. Oh, I'm fucking ready. Are you all prepared then? Oh, I'm prepared to disrespect the Primal by auto-attacking him to death. My favorite pastime. Hold here, Kinliana. When next the Nath come, we offer no resistance. Surrender, intruders. There is no escape. Enough. We surrender. We throw ourselves upon the mercy of your god. It's not always possible to mute before I cough. They seem eager to proceed. Good. When they take us before their lord, pray leave matters to me. What I know of summoning rituals holds true. I shall be well placed to act. Mark the sound of the river rushing through the ravine behind us, passing loud, is it not? I imagine the noise would serve to mask our escape, should we need to withdraw temporarily. But you are prepared, are you not? I do hope so. If I were to be dragged away for sacrifice while you were haggling over the price of potions, I should not be amused. Time for a badass cutscene, 'cause Yazale's kinda cool.
Now we have but to wait.
O Lord Ravana, master of the sacred blades, wrath of the colony, conqueror of the world, hear our prayer. Pray grant unto your devoted children the gift of your divine presence.
He comes.
Sorry if you hear my mother dying in the background. Let's turn the volume up a little bit. I forgot to turn it down for raid.
All strength to the colony. Speak and I shall listen.
Oh, glorious general, we have captured intruders and would make unto you an offering of their life's blood.
These feeble fleshlings dared to invade Natlands.
Hear me, Lord Ravana. My companion and I did not come to contest your children's territory. We wished only to learn the reason you wage war against the dragons.
Thou wouldst flirt with death merely to satisfy thy curiosity. Wherefore should the glorious conquests of the Nath concern thee so, Elezen? Mayhap thine own kind struggle against the worms fareth poorly, and thou art desirous of a pact.
We crave no alliance, Lord Ravana. Only peace. We would bring an end to our war with the dragons. Yet so long as they remain embroiled in this conflict with your children, our goal shall remain out of reach. Never before have the Nath risen up in such numbers, and never yet with you at their head. Why do you lead them to war?
Thy question hath no meaning. To live is but to fight. Long have my children waited, gathering their strength in the shadow of thy ceaseless conflict. The Nath would see the Dravanians slain, and their territory secured. And by such fervent prayers am I now given form and purpose.
As I feared, your very existence is an obstacle to our goal. Since you are so fond of fighting, we challenge you, Lord of the Nath. And should we emerge the victors, I would have you swear to withdraw your soldiers from Dravanian soil.
Thou art bold indeed to risk thy fleshy hide so readily. Very well. I, Ravana, fourfold master of the blade, do accept thy challenge. But should I emerge the victor, I would have thee swear to serve in mine army till thy last breath is spent. Do you accept?
I do. And I believe the first bout is mine.
Guess who's back?
What is this? A god clad in flesh?
Is aught amiss, my lord? Thou wilt not break thy word, I trust.
Mine oath is unbending as steel, little goddess. Thy ruse will but add to mine enjoyment. warrior or craven. A warrior, then? Good! Mayhap thou will provide more sport than thy feeble companion.
Meet us within. Where we somehow summon 7 friends. But just kidding. We don't need friends. We're a god. To turn on scenario cutscenes. Undersized party. Sock. Cast. Time to disrespect a man. Listen to a banging tune. See what kind of damage my auto attacks do. Oh yeah, we can get there. Eventually I'll have to start respecting the content, but I prefer this cinematic experience. Especially because I can just eat all of the attacks. I believe Prelude to Slaughter, yeah, is a circle. Now this is Slaughter, which is get behind him. I don't have 5 Walden stacks, you have 5 Walden stacks.
the sacred rite of combat proclaim the victor. I lay my blades at thy feet, child of man.
You 9 minutes to cinematically execute a fucking primal. I might have to actually start fighting them.
You do not disappoint, warrior of light. Would that I had your skill in battle. I do begin to see why so many place their faith in you. For all his savagery, I do not think Ravana one to break his word. Provided the dragons do not trespass upon Nath lands, they should have little to fear of the Primal's biting blades. We have done well, have we not? Come, let us return to Vidofnir and share these glad tidings.
Once more you achieve the impossible, bringer of light. But with every mortal heart that succumbs to fear and fury, another voice is joined to the chorus, beseeching divine succor. At their bidding, warring gods will shake the firmament, and your world will be consumed in the swelling storm of chaos.
Never since we first fought have I seen you draw upon the full extent of your power. Never from afar till this day. You are a marvel to behold, Kinliana. Well, 'tis time we rejoined our companions. They will be eager to hear the tale and to continue our journey. I personally like watching you fight as Shiva, so like you can keep doing that if you want. I know it's kind of bad for the environment, like with you eating the ether and everything, but like I think we can make it work. You got the ice power and shit, and like I like watching you. Kind of nifty. Oh, poor dead Sprout. Don't worry, little Sprout, I got you. You sleeping? Well, you got 1 minute to get up, little Sprout. Have a good day. Indiana, Lady Lizelle. Yizel. Thank the 12. Fuck, English is hard. Lord Ravana, you say? I'm curious that the Bath never mentioned his name. Are you quite certain he will keep his word? There was honor beneath his savagery. That we survived the encounter at all was a miracle I must attribute to Kinliana. Never did I doubt you, warrior of light, unlike some. You were gone so long that Master Alfino was nigh lost his wits with worry, fretting like a maid before her sweetheart he was. Justinian, was that truly necessary? Haha, not truly necessary, but certainly true. Ahem. What matters is the Primal is banished and our promise fulfilled. We should return to Vidofnir without delay. Lest you forget, this was but a means to secure an audience with the worm Hraesvelgr. Nidhogg's minions will not be halted by idle chatter. Come now. We must make every moment count. You are unkind, Estinian. For all his experience and intellect, Alfino is still but a boy. He's a boy who has a big old man crush on you. Not yet, but he will. Just you wait, that's your boyfriend. Shall we be on our way to Annex Trine, then? I would not have the dragons think that we have forgotten our bargain. Nope. Nope, 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 the lid. Thou art returned, little one. Hast thou abandoned thine ill-conceived contest with the Nath? Nay, my friend, we return in triumph. By kindling on his hand was the beastman's god, Lord Ravana, laid low. In his overconfidence, the Primal swore to withdraw his followers from your lands in the event of his defeat, a promise we believe he will keep. The Nath shall trouble you no longer. The deity is slain, then. How didst thou contend with his biting blades? But the particulars matter not. Thou hast fulfilled thy promise, and I shall fulfill mine. Attend me, mortals. Hie you unto the deepest reaches of the morn, and there shall you find the halo, the altar from which you may begin your ascent to the summit of Somal. But be fairly warned, the minions of Nidhogg shall not lightly suffer your presence on that sacred mount. By your struggles with the cavern shall I judge your party possessed of sufficient fortitude to proceed. We shall not disappoint you, Vidofnir. Memory serves, the Cavern of the Morn is entered from the second floor of the central tower. Let us begin the climb. Yo, Unphobic. How goes this fine evening? Yeah. One of our tanks didn't get on in time before raid, so we had to wait for a 500-person queue around 5 o'clock, so I'm sure it's only gotten spicier over the past 4.5 hours. Nice. Yeah, we hit P3S today. And we cleared 2 finally in our first hour. Well done, little one. As promised, I shall open the way to Somal's summit for thee and thy companions. Heed me now, children of man. The domain you seek to enter hath not seen visitors of your kind in nigh on 1,000 years. Though I freely grant you passage, your presence will not be welcomed. To my kin, this mountain is revered as holy ground and resting place both. Were you the minions of Nidhogg during your ascent, 'tis for certain they shall take great offense to your intrusion. We are grateful for your warnings, gentle Vidofnir. My final words are for thee, Dragoon. Have care to keep the stolen power thou wieldest in check, lest it breathe further despair. Justinian? The way is open. Let us not tarry here. A moment. Shall we blindly forge on, knowing the dangers that await us? Tiamat herself is said to guard this peak. I do not fear Nidhogg's consort. Any dragon foolish enough to bar our path shall feel the sting of my lance. Spoken like a true butcher, need I remind you that we came to parley a peace? Let me be clear, heretic. 'Twas to save Ishgard and her people that I first lent my support to this doubtful venture, and 'tis for their sake that I go now to speak with Hraesvelgr. But I said nothing of Tiamat. Should the opportunity present itself to rid my people of one of their deadliest enemies, I shall take it. That is my duty as Azure Dragoon. You are beyond redemption. We will accomplish nothing by bickering. If we are to meet with Hraesvelgr, our path leads up the mountain. We shall defend ourselves if attacked, but avoid conflict wherever possible. What other choice do we have? Yeah, our experience with the first fight is we know we're going to get there next week and not remember how we beat the first fight, because we just kind of swung it from 30% to win. Somal. Yeah. We were so mad that we cleared that fight. It's a fucking mess. After you clear it, you should watch the VOD that I put in the Discord. It's such a mess. It's just us laughing and being like, I'm so mad this is the clear. We haven't figured out uptime for like the red and purple chains yet for one particular part. So there's one section where me and two melees are just fucking ranged attacking from the corners, and we're like, this is awful. Yes, no, don't watch it until you're done. You're beating the fight. Blind is fun. Blind is so fun. we do all our fights blind as well. No, you're supposed to die. Thank you. What? I thought the Draxpurs were all that were holding the door. Damn. You know what? I'm gonna pick up this gear because my warrior is literally this level. Let's see. That could be tank. Sky Warriors? Sky Warrior could be tank, I'm not sure. I can't remember. That's either tank or DPS. Actually, I can check here. Sky Raiders. Okay, yeah, Sky Raider. Rip. All classes, so technically I could wear it on my tank. Honestly, I might just do that. Yeah, because that's like, yeah, we'll just hold on to that. Come here, dragon. I'll even sit here. Here, come here. Come here. Come on, dragon. Come here, buddy. I want you to say hello. Come here. Sploosh. Open! Nope, definitely don't need Skywickas. Damn. Stop putting walls in my way, dragons. Oop. 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 Haha, 6999. Oop. Come on, you're coming into the boss room with me. Skywickas choker. Sky Druid's choker. I think that was Sky Warrior's pelt. which is definitely not pelt. Pelt's a chess piece, right? Want to get this garbage out of my inventory. Oh no, helmet. Sky Warriors, pelt. There you are. I need Sky Raider. Helly ho! Let's see. Sky Hunter, and a weapon I don't need. This is Nidhogg's consort, Tiamat. We're gonna kill his bitch! Haha! Killed her before she put her wings up. Get fucked. Nidhogg, my beloved, avenge me. Skylancer's Fur and Coffin Maker. Machinist. Sky Lancer's Fur. I think I did get. What did I? Because you get a piece of leveling gear from this shit too. Skyrider's Arm Guards. Okay. I have to make sure I equip my warrior with this shit. Oh man! Through our sheer force of will and being a cool person, we got another crystal back. The blessing of light returns a bit more. Kinliana? It would seem Tiamat was the last. I sense no other dragons nearby. What is happening? Nidhogg, he roars. He knows we are here then. His fury, it bleeds through the eye. Fear not, I am yet my own master. But the damned worm's wrath burns hotter than flame. Come, the heart of the dragon's homeland yet lies before us. Thus do we add another link to the chain of vengeance. O Saint Shiva, when will it end?
To the peak of Somal, at the end of a perilous mountain path, whence could be seen a string of pearl-like islands floating impossibly atop a sea of clouds. To a domain where dragons and men had once lived in harmony, whose majesty no mortal eye had glimpsed for nigh on 1,000 years. They came.
Churning mists. Let us quickly... Warrior. Yep. Just as I expected, I can use that other thing. Ditch the ironworks. Ditch the ironworks. Excellent. We have reached it at last, the peak of Somal. 'Tis said to be the highest mountain in all of Eorzea, you know. I thought it cold in Kurthus, but the air here carries a chill of 12 winters. Now that we have scaled the mountain, there remains the problem of finding Heavensward himself. What manner of creature is that? Fucking Moogles. Kiliana, do my eyes deceive me, or was that a Moogle? Yeah, bro, I saw it too. It's my understanding that they only dwelled in the Twelveswood. I certainly never would have expected to see one in the Churning Mists. If the Moogle does live here, however, he may know where Heavensward makes his lair. Quickly now, before we lose the creature completely. Fucking Moogles. Bah, he's gone. Kiliana, we must widen our search. I've heard tales of these Moogles, but 'tis the first time I've ever laid eyes on one. They're rather adorable, aren't they? What? Why do you stare at me so? Could I not find a creature adorable? My heart is not truly made of ice. The air nearby is warped. You sense that concealing magics are at work. There's no sign of the Moogle in this area. I see no evidence of this Moogle of yours. Are you certain it wasn't a trick of the light? Mayhap 'twas simply one of those strange plants shifting in the breeze. I'm sure I glimpsed a Moogle fleeing in this direction. Could he be concealing himself with magic? Confound it. Could we but enlist the aid of one of the local Mughals, I am certain Hraesvelgr would not elude us for long. Though the eye enables me to sense the presence of dragons, I can only identify Nidhogg's with any certainty. We could wander the mists for days, and not know if we were any closer to his brood brother. In those days we cannot afford to squander. Shall we divide our forces, then? Lady Azael, might I ask you to question any dragons whom you judge safe to approach? I shall try, yet I fear the influence of Nidhogg's rage will render most of the Dravanians in the area deaf to reason. And what of you, Master Alphino? I have not yet given up on the Mughals. Kinliana, come with me to Gridania. I mean to petition the aid of the Mughals' kin in the Twelveswood. After the business with Mugglemog, I dare say they'll be glad to help us. Assuming you have no need of me, I shall remain here. Nidhogg senses both the loss of his consort and the coming of the Eye, and his attention is firmly fixed in this direction. I mean to do what I can to hold his gaze, in the hope that it might delay any action against Ishgard. Thank you, Estinian. Come then, Kinliana, let us make haste for Gridania, and rendezvous at Nofika's altar. Ah, but I neglected to tell you, there is an aetheryte of ancient construction here which should make the return journey rather less arduous. Pray do not forget to use it. I sent word to the Elder Seedseer upon arriving in Gridania. I'm pleased to report that she has agreed to grant us an audience. If anyone can help us to contact the Twelveswood Mughals, it is she. We are expected at the Lotus Stand. I trust you're familiar with the conjurer stationed at its entrance. The Elder Seedseer awaits you. Pray follow me. I bid you welcome, friends. The Admiral spoke of having met with you, but 'tis no less of a relief to see you safe and hale with mine own eyes. We humbly thank you for agreeing to receive us on such short notice, my lady, and for all you have done for us in our absence. Would that it were solely to express our gratitude that we came to you this day. Alas, the tides of battle yet dictate our comings and goings. Elder Seedseer, we would beg your wisdom in a matter that may finally bring an end to the Dragon Song War. Speak on, friend. Well, you see, there are Mughals in the sky. That's it. That's the joke. I see. So you seek a means to contact these Mughals of the Churning Mist. Kupo, I say, Kupo! Greetings, Kuplakop. To what do we owe the pleasure of your company? I was struck by the sudden urge to bring you some fruit, Kane, and I'm jolly glad I did. Tell me more about these Mughals in the sky, Kupo. I will gladly tell you all I know, though it amounts to precious little. We encountered a Mughal high in the clouds of Dravania, and we had hoped that your kin in the Twelveswood might agree to felicitate a meeting. Pray correct me if I am mistaken, Kuplo, but there are legends, are there not, which speak of Mughals who dwelled beyond the clouds? Indeed there are, Kupo. Long, long ago, back when the world was still young, they say my ancestors served the gods up in the heavens. Of course, that was before their masters took to bickering like spoiled children. Ah, yes, the tale of good King Mugglemog XII. He is revered for holding fast to a rope of miraculous length that his subjects might climb down from the sky and escape the world below. Ignoring the more fanciful aspects of the tale, it may well be that Kupla's ancestors hailed from the Churning Mists. Given how long his kin has reside in the Twelveswood, it is perfectly reasonable that the details of their history have faded into myth. Indeed, Master Alphino, such stories oft come with a measure of truth. 'Tis like that the Mughals of the Churning Mist tell similar tales of the world below. I can imagine why the one you encountered fled at your approach. Oh, things second nature to us. We often hide when the larger races come tramping through the forest. Of course, where there's one Mughal, there's bound to be more. Which is why I've decided to take a trip to the clouds, Kupo. They surely won't be afraid to talk to me. I was hoping you might say that, Master Kuplo. You will accompany us, then? Just you try and stop me, Kupo. I'll admit, the thought of venturing outside the Twelveswood is a bit unsettling, but I can hardly refuse a chance to meet my distant cousins. If you will have me, I too will accompany you on this venture, and lend my voice to your cause as an ambassador of Gridania. Gasp. Nuh-uh. My lady, are you quite certain? How oft has our nation turned to the scions of the seventh dawn in its hour of need? How oft have we asked the warrior of light to risk her life to save our own? Full many times, I say to you, and never have they refused us. Thus do I choose this day to offer in mine aid to our allies for the good of the realm. Is this not just? A most unexpected and most welcome offer, Elder Seedseer. We would be honored by your presence. That bitch is like, I'm going, and you can shake your heads at me all you want, but I own you. What I say goes. And I'm fucking going. Pray return to the summit and inform our companions of these developments. I will serve as the Elder Seedseer's guide on the journey back to Somal. It being a path I have already trodden, I do not anticipate any great difficulties. Besides, we shall have the Elder Seedseer's personal guard to escort us. Where am I going? It's dark, I can't see. I'm afraid of the dark. What the fuck's the entrance? Hello? Here it is. I'm a little bit blind. Well met, Warrior of Light. Nidhogg is not stirred, but he watches us, unblinking. Well, I'm bringing a Moogle. The Elder Seedseer herself answers your call, and there's naught to do but wait. They are here, Kinliana. Greetings, my friend. I'm happy to report that our journey was mercifully uneventful. Devoid as the road was of Dravanians, it would seem the dragons have abandoned Somal for the churning mists. Elder Seedseer, may I present to you Sir Estinian, Ishgard's Azure Dragoon. 'Tis an honor to meet you, Sir Estinian. I have heard many tales of your order's extraordinary skill and courage. Friends, I feel it only right to inform you that we are not alone. The Moogles are all around us, even as we speak, and I should imagine they are more than a little concerned by the horde of strangers that have descended upon their home. Mayhap now would be an opportune moment to introduce ourselves. This should serve. They're hiding, of course, but there are so many of them, Kupo. I am Kane Senna. My companions and I have braved the long road from the Twelveswood to share words with you. On this occasion of our first meeting, we bring an offering of light and wind. Ooh, such a gentle and pleasing glow, Kupo. I am Moglin, the chieftain of this Moogle clan. Chieftain Moglin, it is an honor to meet you. Greetings, I'm Kuplakop, ambassador from the Twelveswood Moogles. A Moogle from the world below. Your hide is of a different hue, but that palm is unmistakable. I might need a moment here, Kupo. My companions were no less surprised to learn of your existence here among the clouds. I hope they did not startle you overmuch in their eagerness to make your acquaintance. Full well can I imagine your wariness. I am told that men have not walked here in nigh on 1,000 winters. Mayhap you will forgive them their forwardness when I unfold to you the grave matter which first brought them in your midst. My companions crave an audience with the great worm Hraesvelgr, that they might negotiate an end to the war twixt man and dragon. And into the war, you say? I trust you, Kane Senna. The light of peace shines brightly within your soul. But I am afraid the same cannot be said of your friends. 'Tis plain we did not hide ourselves because they were the first of your kind to be seen here in 1,000 years. Well, not only because of that. We hid because we smelled dragon blood. These skies are homes to many, many dragons. While some crave peace, such as Hraesvelgr, many others crave the opposite, such as Nidhogg. Suffice it to say, we are worried that the presence of your blood-splattered warrior friends will attract the attention of their nastier kind and invite destruction into our happy home. Now just a moment, Chieftain. Kiliana here may have doled out the odd thrashing or two, but it's always been for a really good reason. She's a champion of the 12-Wood Moogles, and I'll not hear her good name slandered. Now, Ambassador, let us not ruffle each other's fur. I shall, of course, take your testimony into consideration. If I may, Chieftain, there is little room for trust twixt strangers. Might we not take the opportunity to learn more of each other? An excellent suggestion, Kupo. If the interest of fostering friendship and keeping an eye on you, I extend you the hospitality of Mogholm. Prove yourselves worthy of our assistance, and it will be yours. I shall be watching, Kupo. AKA, do a bunch of menial tasks for us. Gotta spread the story out somehow. Lol lol. Tell me, in the world down below, do all of your kind look so different from one another? Must be terribly disconcerting. What was it Cop called you again? Inliana. Your names are as odd as your appearance. You ever considered a nice Moogle name? Moglin's taken, by the way. As are Moghun, Mogmug, and Mogwin, these names being the 3 wise Moogles who will administer the momentous challenges that I've devised to measure your worth. I call them the Trials of Trustworthiness. Undertake these trials, and we shall see whether or not you are worthy of our aid. Hello, yes, I am Moghan, the foremost alchemist in Mogholm, if you must know. If your tummy's gloopy or your wings droopy, I have a potion to fix that. Or I would if I didn't keep running out of ingredients. Luckily, you're here to do my trial. Yes, go forth, mighty adventure, and mightily pluck 3 springs of Cloud's Breath for me. You'll find it blooming near the entrance to Elitom. Iltom. It is not the safest of places, so don't let yourself be too distracted by the pretty flowers, Kupo. I did it. Did you have any trouble finding Cloud's Breath? I do need it quite urgently, you know. Oh yes, these are perfect, Kupo. Now I have the main ingredient for my palm tonic. Speaking of which, how are you feeling, miss? Should you ever feel your palm losing its bounce, then I'm your Moogle, Kupo. Yzael loves them. So exceedingly fluffy. Yes, you have the pleasure of speaking with Mogmug. I know, I'm the fluffiest, most enchanting creature you've ever laid your eyes upon, Kupo. It isn't easy being this adorable. I can barely take a stroll outside without the relentless Dravanians throwing themselves at me. Why, they look as if they might gobble me right up. In any case, fleeing the overbearing adulation is growing a bit tiresome. Your trial, madam, is this. Find these ardent archaeosaurs and slap some manners into them, Kupo. Perhaps a firm smack on the snout will teach them to appreciate my charm from afar. I booped them on the snout. I'm the winner. You were able to humble my Dravanian devotees? Wonderful. You're as capable as I am captivating, Kupo. Still, my precious perfection does not excuse those louts from pursuing me so mercilessly, their tongues lolling and bellies rumbling. The Dravanians and their ilk have much to learn about acceptable acts of admiration. Mogwin's the name and art's my game. When it comes to painting, there are none in Mogholm who can match my talent with a brush, Kupo. I know why you've come. Chieftain Moglin has demanded that I test your trustworthiness, but I trust no one to create art that will satisfy me. I instead charge you with retrieving a masterpiece I have seemed to misplace. It was an ambitious and innovative work, guaranteed to fetch at least 4 Kupo nuts on the open market. You must find it. Question the masses. Surely a pebble painted with such a vibrant color and unmistakable panache cannot have escaped notice of every Mughal in Mogholm. Mogwin is missing his masterpiece, Kupo? Oh, you mean that paint-smeared mess of a pebble? I've not seen it recently, a fact for which my eyes are profoundly grateful. Maestro Mogwin has misplaced his masterpiece, Kupo. Oh, happy day. If I am swifter in finding it, I will soon have a genuine Mogwin for the price of a little perspiration. Honestly, who has 4 Kupo nuts just laying around to spend on such luxuries? I don't know much about his stone, but I do know Mogwin's been creeping out the back way to Somal Summit from time to time, Kupo. Maybe you left it up there. Hello? Oh, speak with Mogwin. He's down. I went up too soon. What'd you find out, Kupo? Yes, now that you mention it, I do seem to recall leaving my pebble out in the sun to dry. The second trial of your trial commences. Go, adventure, and retrieve my masterpiece before some art-starved admirer swipes the stone for himself. Yes, it's my new mount. The level checker. Love it. You have it, Kupo? Is my masterpiece safe? Yes, this is my work. Is it not exquisite? I can tell. I call it the Compilations of Zenith. Thank you, madam. At last I can exchange my art for those delectable Kupo nuts. Chieftain Moglin will hear of this valorous deed. I've completed the Trials of Trustworthiness. Return to Chieftain Moglin and await his judgment. Kinliana, if that is what you must insist on calling yourself, You have completed the Trials of Trustworthiness administered by the Taskmasters Moghan, Mogmug, and Mogman. During these grueling tests of character, I closely observed your conduct, as well as that of your companions. And I am decided, Kupo. Gather your friends before me so that I need not repeat myself needlessly. Are these trials over, then? My tasks have been little more than household chores. If our hosts elect to not grant us their aid after working us like pack chocobos, I shall demand compensation in Kupal nuts at a principal. But I hope it will not come to that. Let us hear the Chieftains Verdict, shall we? Standing here in Mogholm, my thoughts turn inevitably to the legend of good King Mugamog XII and his seat in the heavens. Like most, I thought it no more than myth, a story of younglings that grew with it, story for younglings that grew with the telling. But with every passing moment, I become more certain that we've discovered the origin of the tale. Full eager am I to hear what the chieftain has to say. How go your trials, Warrior of Light? I myself have been sent on a number of expeditions to chastise the local dragon population. Did not their chieftain wish to avoid inflaming the Dravanians? Such contradictions aside, our host seemed entranced by the height of my leap. They compared me to Mog, a lance-wielding Moogle warrior of Eld, who also favored such attacks. It was meant as a compliment, I expect, but I doubt these furry lumps could outleap a crackle lamb, much less a dragoon. Conclude your business here swiftly, Kiliana. I like not this place. Hey, Mog was a boss. Mog fucking jumped on Kefka. We've become such fast friends, Kupo. My Moogle cousins love to sing and dance as much as I do. Chieftain Moglin has finally come to a decision, has he? Well, I suppose I better flutter on over and see him then. What sorcery is this? My heart should stir at mere fluffiness. Kiliana, I was... no matter, what is it? Chieftain Moglin has made his decision. Well, let us not keep him waiting then. She likes fluffy things. You're allowed to be a girl, Yazel. You're cute. Never have I seen such determined workers, Kupo. It would have taken us moons to complete all these dreary chores and niggling errands. And have our labors proven the purity of our intentions, Chieftain? Without a doubt. In fact, there was never really that much doubt to begin with. You were, after all, already friends with a fellow Moogle. But, you see, before any meeting with Hraesvelgr could take place, certain preparations need to be made. And what better way to help you pass the time than having you perform all the tiresome tasks that no one ever wants to do, Kupo? Oh dear, the horn! Bring out the horn, quickly now! We blow on this wondrous instrument whenever we wish to speak with the Great Worm, Kupo. We haven't perhaps been treating it with the care it deserves of late. I think Moghan may have sat on it. So we needed some time for cleaning and polishing and straightening. No lasting harm done, though. Now, you need simply head to Zenith, the worm's dwelling to the west, and give the horn a good toot. You're in your debt, Chieftain. Thanks to your noble gift, we shall finally have a chance to plead our case to Hraesvelgr. Very possibly, yes, but I wouldn't get my hopes up too high, Kupo. The old worm isn't terribly fond of, Your concern is appreciated, but I'm quite certain that Hraesvelgr will welcome our overtures. Should we ever arrive in his lair? Come, we've squandered enough time already. Chieftain Moglin, we thank you for your gracious hospitality. Though we might soon take our leave, I pray that we may continue to nurture the shoots of this new-sprung friendship twixt earth and sky. Of course, Kupo! Visit us whenever you wish. Consider Mogholm your home amongst the clouds. Thanks for the help, Kupo. I doubt I would have ever found time for all those rotten chores. Hey, it wasn't my idea. The chieftain had spent little less time sitting about and a little more time chieftaining. Things would have never gotten so messy in the first place. And he's the one who sat on the horn, by the way. But now all the errands are done and the horn is fixed, so all's well that ends well. Hey, Kupo? Well, I expect you're eager to be on your way. Did I mention your friend was looking for you, Kupo? If not, Alfino's looking for you. I'll be waiting just outside, stretching my wings. Let me know when you're ready to depart. To the best of my knowledge, we have all that we need for our trip to Zenith, and I believe the Elder Seedseer and her retinue will soon be making the journey back to Gridania. It would be remiss of us, I think, not to convey our gratitude to them prior to going our separate ways, shall we? Alfino, Kinliana, I do humbly thank you for what has been a most enlightening experience. Were it not for your pioneering spirit, the existence of these Muggles might never have been revealed to us. 'Tis we who should be thankful, Elder Seedseer. We were not in it. Were it not for your timely diplomacy, they would never have chosen to reveal themselves at all. And 'twas your presence, Kuplakop, that ultimately won us their trust. Must have taken great courage to leave the sanctuary of the Twelveswood, and we are exceedingly glad that you did. It was my pleasure, Kupo. I've made so many new friends and have so many fantastic tales to tell my kinsmuggles back home. And it is our home to which must we now return. May you ever walk in the light of the crystal, my friends. Safe journey, Elder Seedseer, where we too must be on our way. Racevelger awaits. Warrior of Light, pray attend closely to your companion, Sir Estinian. Beneath that stoical facade, a storm of anguish seethes underneath. All these people keep saying to look out for Estinian. Estinian's a good boy. He'd never do anything wrong. He'd never turn evil. You said your goodbyes and dabbed away your tears, Kupo? Then we are indeed ready to go. As Chieftain Moglin already explained, the shiny instrument we gave you is the best means of grabbing Heavensward's attention. I'll come along and show you the way to Zenith. It's the big place where you need to blow the horn. First things first, though, we need to make for Asa. Oh, and watch out for rampaging dragons. Maybe that should have been the first thing, Kupo. Things were a bit bitey for a while there, but I think we've arrived in one piece, Kupo. I wonder what has the dragons so awfully snappy. I mean, the bad ones are always bad, but they seem worse than usual. We may have a small problem, Kupo. When the winds are high like this, Racevelger invariably abandons his lofty perch and heads to the lands below to hunt. If you tried blowing the horn now, I doubt he'd hear it. I suggest we stop at the clearing up ahead and rest until the wind dies down. This should do nicely, Kupo. The winds will likely have died down by tomorrow, but until then, we might as well make ourselves comfortable. If we must interrupt our journey so close to its end, I suppose this place is as good as any. Mayhap a brief respite from the hardships of the road will help clear our minds in readiness for the coming parley. Very well, then. I believe a campfire is in order. Leave the gathering of fuel to me. I acquired a keen nose for firewood during my time in the frozen wastes of Kurthus. Clearing our minds? 'Tis Master Elfino whose mind needs clearing, though the thought of meeting a great worm in the flesh has befuddled the boy. Did you see him stroll away as if the ruins are not crawling with deadly beasts? Follow him, Kinliana, and see that the wildlife does not make a meal of your young friend. We'll have the camp ready by the time you return. I know, here's a dragon. Good old Rathalos. See, I was right to worry for the boy's safety. Once Alphina returns with the wood, we can see about supper. The Ice Queen has filled the pot with what looked like stew ingredients, ready for the fire. Ah, few things compare to the simple pleasure of sitting beside a crackling campfire of one's own making. Ha! So speaks the great explorer. Until recently you wouldn't have recognized firewood if it came with kindling and flint. 'Twas well you instructed me so patiently, then. But yes, left to my own devices, I would have been compelled to signal to Yazael with a pile of damp leaves. I was born the pampered son of a Charlian dignitary, and, alongside my twin, became the youngest student ever to be accepted into the studium. How proud I was to match wits with scholars and philosophers, how ignorant of mine own shortcomings. That hubris invited manipulation and betrayal, and led to the downfall of the Scions. Oh, sorry, I'm having a coughing fit. Need to drink some water. Alright, let's try this again. We all of us are guilty of similar ignorance. How many men lay down their lives, never knowing what it is that they fight for, never questioning that which they've been taught to believe? It was only upon meeting Hraesvelgr that I learned the truth hidden within our history. Were it not for that chance encounter, I would have never vowed to tear down the Holy See, or expunge the falsehoods which had fanned the flames of conflict. I would have lived and died in ignorance. But the truth has given me to do terrible things I cannot deny. but I would rather sin in pursuit of peace than imagine myself virtuous in perpetuating a needless war. If this journey has taught me anything, it is the importance and difficulty of holding to one's convictions in face of failure, of striving always to replace one's ignorance with knowledge. You were well on your way, Master Alpino. At your age, I was but a fool swinging a spear with scarcely a thought in my head. Even now, I struggle to acknowledge the misconceptions under which I have labored. Sitting here, amongst these grand ruins, how can I deny that man and dragon once lived in peace? But for all that such an age existed, we are now in a time of war. Nidhogg killed my family, and no quirk of history will exonerate him. I may be ignorant of how the Dragon Song War began, but if we do not put an end to the conflict now, I can say for a certainty that it will only breed more vengeful souls such as mine. In my hands resides the power to vanquish a great worm. If Ishgard's survival rests on me wielding that power, I will slay Nidhogg myself, orders or no. Estinian, you gave your word. My word is contingent upon the success of our parley. Show me the strength of your convictions, Lady Iceheart. Convince Hraesvelgr of the righteousness of your cause. Doubt not, but that I shall, Dragoon. Well, winds willing, we shall have our answers on the morrow. Let us sleep now, and face our fate with the rising of the sun. I was going to push on until 11, but my lungs have decided we're done here. I can't stop coughing, so I think that's where I'm going to call part 2 of this little stint of Heavensward. And I have raid tomorrow, so I might not do more tomorrow. We'll see. It depends entirely on how I feel after, I'm working from home, but it's my first time going back to work since my week off due to COVID. So, we'll see how I fare. But, oh my god, hold on. I'm glad I'm hitting the mute in time. These are bad coughs. But yeah, so that's it for me for now. We will resume, see what Hraesvelgr has to say next time. Suspend. Yeah, so that's it for me. Have a good night, and raid tomorrow, 6:30 Eastern. We will continue to push P3S. Goodbye.